Welcome to Extra Aunties. I'm Auntie AK, the auntie of all aunties, and I'm here with...
I'm Farah, your resident Caribbean queen. And we're a fairy and a shade down.
Yeah, they're not here. It's just us two.
I'm not there.
That's it. They have gone for a while.
They've left. That's what the Extra Aunties juice is. They haven't really left. They're just off for the night. Aren't they?
Yeah.
Why have you left me alone with the crazy lady?
Okay, all right. Let's get into some extra stuff, extra juicy
All right.
stuff. Right, Farah. Shouldn't be eating on camera.
I know.
Could you date a celebrity?
Depends who it was.
Could you date Vybz Kartel?
Never, ever.
Oh, basically, so the scenario is, at a recent Vybz Kartel concert, a young woman was filmed eating a banana positioned by his tings. I don't understand. She ate the banana, but then her face was covered in, I don't know where that, what was all over her face, but it was all over her face. Lots of comments about the lack of shame, and all, again, we're talking about shame in the main show, and where's his girlfriend Sidem. But it made me think, could I have a man who let a girl do that on stage, do that to him on stage? Could I handle an usher? If I was a man, could I handle it if my girl was Janet Jackson, letting a man and doing all the stuff? I remember, were you at the Total concert back in the...
No.
You didn't go? There was a Total at Hammersmith Palais, and they had guys come up and they did all the
I remember it, but I never had tickets to that.
Oh, okay, so I did. It was fun.
Yeah, well.
But all of that. So could you be mad? Okay, depending on the celebrity, if you could date one, but also if your man was an usher type who was doing all the stuffs to a girl on stage and stuff like that, could you take it?
Yeah.
Could you take it?
Because when he comes home, he's doing that to me.
Could you really take it?
Man. Why not?
I'm just like, okay.
Okay. Like, I'd rather that than any man, and he's out there doing all the things. It's a stage thing, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can have your man have a girl eat a banana.
I said what I actually said to you was, and the question was like, could I have a man that's doing all them things to girls on stage? Yes.
Dancing.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
And gyrating.
Dancing.
Simulating sex.
Dancing, and what's wrong with that? If you go to carnival, people do it all the time.
Okay, but your man, hold on. So in carnival, you be all right.
A wine is a wine is a wine.
Oh, so your man's allowed to wine up with
the wine. Just don't take no numbers. It's a wine, because I'll be whining on the road.
Really? Like your man is okay to wine up on a girl all the way from
as long
carnival?
as you're not like daggering.
No,
then
but
what's
that's
the
what I'm
problem?
saying.
There's different types of whining, in it.
So how much whining in a relationship? Your man's allowed to wine.
If it's carnival, you can whine, but no, don't be taking no numbers and don't be doing no daggering.
I'm not sure.
That's your thing, but I don't.
No, I'm just saying. I'm exploring the conversation.
I don't mind.
I'm not sure if like you could just be out there whining consistently.
Not like it looks like you're about not
not necessarily just daggering, but also
there's different levels of whining, in it.
So
there's like just a normal wine, like where you're like not even touching. Like there's a normal wine.
It's carnival. It's a bit hard. I would think.
Depends what carnival is.
I would think actually, as my man, you don't really need to wine with anyone.
So
I think
if you're in a mass band,
yeah,
and everyone's you're in a mass band, you're in costume or whatever, everyone's engaging in the carnival vibes and everything like that, and you're chipping down the road with your own woman. Sorry, that's a soca song. So you're chipping down the road, like, can you not just have a little? What's the problem?
I think there's but I just think there might be. I actually now today just thinking about it, because I'm just trying to think. I know I've had a man that's probably gone off to carnival. You're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. So
that's what I mean, though.
But I think what I don't know is what I don't know. But actually, if I had say I was in a friend's yard and I could look down and see all of carnival and see my man going from having a wine up. I don't think, because in my mind I'd be like, actually, do you even need to be doing this? Do you really need to be winding up, because that's also going to a dance and dancing with girls.
No, carnival's different. It's a different concept.
No, but then
it's different.
I understand the culture of it all, but
I don't just mean the culture. Well, partly I do partially mean the culture of it all, because it is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're in a club or a rave or a dance and you're just whining on big, that is different. It has a different type of thing to the theme of carnival and you know the history behind it all. It's different.
So it's cultural.
Yes, it's different. I think so anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah. Again, as I said before, I don't want to see you daggering no girl. I don't want to see you simulating anything like that. But a little wine as you're tripping down the road, a little wine, chip, chip, chip.
So
Just know your boundaries.
How long's the wine?
I'm not going to start putting minutes on it, but
because I would, because if you're there,
I was going to say, if you're there, like, and you're with this one gal for the whole time, then that's what's going on there, isn't it? Mm-hmm. There's boundaries. I know a married couple, a very happy, very beautiful, very inspiring married couple, and they both play mass and they both wine, whatever in it.
Cool.
They wine with each other. They wine with their friends.
Are they there together?
They're there together and then also not.
Okay, so back to Vybz Kartel. Because your man, as a performer, if his act is quite sexual.
Like, who put the banana there? That's too much.
But he's standing there enjoying the
yeah, but he would do. It's Vybz Kartel, isn't it?
No,
like,
but then that's what I'm saying. As a
performer, that's too much.
Okay.
The dancing on stuff, like when Usher is performing, for example, and he's pulling the girls up and he's dancing on them. Usher's notorious for doing that stuff. If you're gonna marry Usher, then you know what you're getting, don't you? Just like with Chris Brown. If you're gonna marry Chris Brown or date Chris Brown or see Chris Brown or sleep with Chris Brown or whatever the case may be with your relationship with Chris Brown, he's gonna bring up gal on the stage and he's gonna wine with the gal on the stage. He's gonna do that. Usher is that person too. They're gonna do that. Prince was that person. He would bring up women.
No, he doesn't bring up women. Prince didn't bring up women.
I'm not saying in the same sense that.
No, he didn't bring up women, and he always had his women provided on his. He's only had his.
So what about when Kim Kardashian got brought up? That was a one-off occasion. That when he brought.
He didn't wind up on her.
I said bring up women. So when he would bring women to the stage to dance, and I'm not saying it was in the same concept as these other people.
It's like either to sing or something. No, because we're talking about like simulating dancing and whining.
I know, but it's just different levels of it, isn't it? I suppose like people are different. But if you're like, do you want your man to bring up some woman and dance with her, or sing to her, or serenade her? Is that what you want? No. I suppose it's a similar sort of thing, isn't it? You're either opposed to it or you're not. I think if you're going to get involved with someone who's in the public eye like that, then...
And he flings her down and does like, you know, when they do that wine.
Yeah, like a genuine.
It is what you sign up for. Definitely that. It is what you sign up for.
It's
but
different.
I think there's a level of etiquette and decorum. You're not having simulated.
Yeah, exactly.
Oral.
No daggering. But none of that. If you marry John from the area who works in a bank, and then halfway into a relationship, John says that I'm actually going to start performing, and then John starts doing that, and it's a little bit different because you didn't sign up for that. You signed up for John that works in a bank. But if you sign up for Usher, who has been doing this thing since he was 14, you know what you're going to get, innit?
Yeah. It might not be for me. I'm not sure. I haven't had my jealousies challenged in that way, to be fair. Have you had your jealousies challenged whilst you're in a relationship? Not out or cheating or anything like that, but just within a relationship, have you had your jealousies challenged?
No, I don't think I'm a jealous person, you know.
I don't know. I mean, they always say Scorpions are jealous, but actually in the moment, I don't know if I've seen, because I feel like I'd be like, I do feel, despite what we're talking about now, I do feel like I'm like, do your thing as long as I know you're coming home to me.
I feel like that's me.
Yeah. But I don't know, because different people bring up different emotions of you as well.
Definitely.
Because I definitely know there was one guy that I went out with, I just wanted to fight everybody in the world. And I don't even know what that was. It wasn't like it was did you say who was it?
No, I said really.
Oh, I said who was it? I was going to say,
you can tell me off camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was the same really.
Yeah, like this was the early days, just like when I was living in my hostel. Someone I particularly went out with, I don't know, there was something about him that I wanted to protect him, and I was really like, this guy is mine. I don't know. And I don't know where that came from. I don't necessarily have that possessive nature.
No, I
don't know.
I can't say that I've ever experienced that possessive
nature. Like jealous.
Yeah, like really and truly, I'm thinking about it, and I don't remember any occasion in my life where I've been like, "Don't talk to my man."
Yeah.
I can't. No,
I
don't think so.
I actually don't think I've had that.
No, I don't think I'm a jealous person.
I'm not sure. I don't. Jealousy to the point where I'm just seething, like, oh my God. Like,
That's
never,
what I mean.
ever,
Like,
never ever had
what
that.
are you doing?
Not that, but I think because like I've said, I'm not sure, I'm quite competitive. So I'm not jealous of people. I'm more like, what's for me? Okay, if you got that, I want that, but not to take away from you. But for the
just
fact that
want
where
it
am I, like looking at what have I done? I think when I see people doing
Yeah.
well and it's something that I want, it inspires me to like
Yeah, I
look at
wouldn't
what
say
I'm
you're
doing.
jealous at all. I
Yeah.
think it just gives you a little
Like nudge, like, okay,
fire
let me
in your
figure
belly.
Yeah, that's part.
Yeah.
So, and I would never then take to doing nefarious things to make sure that person falls down.
I'm going to trip them over.
Yeah, but in a relationship, nah. And I think sometimes it's more about the guy, how the guy makes you feel.
That's the reason why I think as
Yeah.
well. If that's what I meant by as long as he's coming home to me.
Yeah, and
As
in
long
public
as he's
you're
not taking
just
numbers and leading that and letting the woman think that it's going anywhere other than what it is, then that's the real reason, isn't it?
All right, next one.
The real thing.
You want to do it?
You do it.
Diddy's kids show a tribute to their dad. What would you do if Diddy was your dad? Like, obviously, it's to be expected that they're going to defend their father.
Yeah.
But I just want to discuss, like, what would you do if someone you loved was accused of a crime? And I guess in our world, like, we wouldn't be public facing. But if it was, in a way,
just a heinous crime,
just a heinous crime
Just a
in
heinous
your
crime.
community, whatever.
Yeah.
How would you act? What would you do?
I think it's very difficult because you still love that person and you have to work through your feelings. And part of that is also listening to them tell you that they're innocent. Yeah. So if you love this person and you are like just shocked by the level of depravity or the heinous crime that they have committed, but they're saying to you, it wasn't me, I didn't do that.
This is a thing.
There is going to be a part of you, unless you see clear evidence that they did it, that you're just going to, you still love them. And I think even if you find out that they did do all these heinous crimes, you can actually hate the things that they have done, but you can still love them. It's not like there's a switch that's going to be like, I don't love my dad anymore.
Yeah.
This is a person that's for Quincy as well to say that. This is a person that took him and raised him, and I'm not rating Diddy, but it's complicated in sense of the relationship that he has with his children. You can see that he loves his children.
Yeah.
You can see that his children love him. You can see that. That's what's really heartbreaking. And we've said it from the very beginning. I feel sorry for those kids.
Yeah.
All of them.
It's a wild situation to
Because
be
of
in.
course they're going to turn up to court and support him.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be an element in their eyes. It's like when Michael Jackson was going to court, when the whole family was turning up and stuff like that. Or when people have been accused of things that they haven't done, the family do show up. And there's also, this is the cynic in me, there is also an element of the legal team telling the family to humanise him.
To humanise him and make
And,
sure,
put a different image of him out there. Remind people that he's a father. Remind people how close you are. There's got to be a part of that where the kids might even be saying to the legal team, what can we do? How can we help?
Yeah.
And they might just be saying, there's not much you can do, but, maybe just humanise him.
That's the part. 'Cause I think if the legal team's telling you what to do, there's that. And as young people, what the hell do you do when your publicly famous, infamous dad is accused of something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I probably would be conflicted. I probably would like to hide away. I think they're even doing well to show their faces.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's wild because me, who I am today, I'd want to hide. And then it's also not realistic because you have to live your life. There's nothing you can do. But I always think of people like, especially the children of people who've been accused of heinous crimes, how the hell you go from your day to day, especially if you're in school.
Yeah.
You know how cruel the school environment can be and everything like that. But yeah, I guess, how do you rebel against, you want your person that's been accused to be forgiven or be protected or get help. And especially if you still love them, you don't want to see them in the pits of hell, even if what they've done is disgusting. And maybe, actually, to be fair, maybe there could come a point where it's so disgusting that you have to excommunicate and you have to cut them off. But there has to be, you have to go on a journey.
You do.
That tumultuous, even people who have been the victim of their parents' abuse or someone close to them's abuse, they still have that conflict of, I love this person, but they were so horrible to me. On a lesser scale, I've had it with exes. Like, I can't stand what you did, but I still love you. All that kind of
that's
weird.
what I mean. It's not a switch that you can just be like, okay, I don't, I don't love this person anymore.
Okay, speaking of again, people who've done heinous things and forgiveness. Nicki Minaj, she's celebrating 5 years of marriage to Kenneth Petty. So, guys, if you don't know who Kenneth Petty is, he had a serious criminal record in 1995. He was convicted of an attempted rape involving a 16-year-old girl. I can't remember how old was he, 19 or 20?
Something like that.
Yeah, so he was not, anyway, I'm just saying. He's also a registered sex offender because of it. Later, he was convicted of manslaughter in a separate case in 2006 and served more prison time. In 2021, he pleaded guilty to failing to register as a sex offender in California, which brought a lot more media attention to the situation. So his legal issues have caused issues for Nicki and him, because people definitely judged Nicki and her choosing to be with this guy who was her childhood sweetheart, who she broke up with, and then they got back together. So they have that journey. So they get lots of unwanted commentary on them. Whenever anything happens with Nicki and her husband turns up, there's a lot of vitriol and negative comments sent towards her. And she has a brother also, speaking of, family members who are, her brother's in jail right now for SA assault and stuff like that. So there's all of that. However, I just wanted to get into, have you ever been in a relationship or friends with someone who no one else sees it for, but you can see past the bullshit? Because she's obviously seeing past his bullshit, and he's done his time. If we're super fair, Kenneth Petty has done his time, and it appears to be that Nicki Minaj is extremely happy. There is something about him doing that in his 20s versus doing it now as an adult, and her marrying him like the next day, versus something he did when he was younger. Not an excuse. I'm just laying out the facts. Have you ever been friends with someone that everyone's like, why do you like that person?
Friends? I thought you meant relationship.
Friends or relationship. I think it's because I think that it can go both ways.
I've definitely dated people and my friends have been like, he's an idiot. What's wrong with you? Why are you even talking to him? No. Why? I've definitely had that. And I've also been the person that said, he's an idiot. Yeah,
get out of here.
Why are you talking to him?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's definitely possible. And I've had some friends that are just like arseholes too, and no one understands why I talk to them.
But then did you see, because also it's like, are the masses always right? Because I've definitely linked guys. I'm just like, okay, why?
Yeah.
And, but then it is that there's a significant relationship I've had where the human to human and the interaction, the moments that we've had, based versus what I'm saying.
He's
like,
an idiot.
Yeah, like, why are you with it? But it's like, no, but we have this connection.
He's an idiot.
I mean, we didn't get married, so it's not that. So there's obviously there's something wrong there.
Yeah.
But should you always listen to the masses? Do the masses always get it right?
It's so hard because, this is what's difficult.
Yeah.
I am a believer in rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. And I am also a believer that if someone commits a crime, depending on the crime, when they're young, they should not be penalised for that crime for the rest of their breathing days. I just don't, and also it should not be assumed that because they did it then, they're ever going to do it again. Because that's not the case. There are some people who have been truly rehabilitated and they've put in the work and they do the work constantly. However, he gives me the heebie-jeebies. But there's something about him.
He just looks tuggish. He looks super tuggish.
He looks proper rogue.
Like proper tug, man.
Proper rogue.
And people are like, what does he actually do with a job?
But this is what it is. That's why I said he gives me the heebie-jeebies, because it's like, are you actually just living off of her? Is this just something for you where you're like, you serve some time in various forms, right? And now you're just like about that bag.
But then
and she loves you so much. And you probably love her too.
But if he is, what's our business, isn't it?
That's what I mean.
Like, what's our business?
She's happy, innit?
Yeah.
She's all right.
So like, I wonder if I had a friend. I don't think if I've had a friend that no one else saw it for. I think I've been long-standing friends with someone everyone else like kind of fell off the wayside, and I held on for dear life because I was like.
No, you had a friend, and I didn't really ever understand why this person was really your friend.
Who's that? Behind your mouth.
You know.
The one I don't speak to anymore.
Yeah, I mean, people could see this stuff. Like, because I get on with them. But yeah. Back in the day, this same person that you're thinking of, I was always like, what is it?
Oh, a few people were like, why?
That's what I mean. I was like, I don't get it.
And it wasn't just me. We had a crew.
No, and I literally, and there was a few of us within that crew that were like, what's the deal? Like, why? Why?
Yeah. And to be fair, that's right. We in the end, we were right because that person's no longer in the crew.
Yeah.
Not in the crew, full stop. But there is a moment, I don't know.
I had a friend who was
No one
very
cared for.
problematic.
Yeah.
Very problematic.
But could everybody outside see the problems?
Yes, and I couldn't. And I just used
Okay.
to make excuses and be like, no, it's okay. It'll be fine. But yeah,
Why weren't you listening?
because of my relationship with that person.
That's it.
And I think even with the stupid men that I've dated when I shouldn't have dated them or should have stopped dating them. Same thing. When you have feelings for another person, whether it's like platonic or romantic love, it's very difficult to, like we were just saying a minute ago, to switch that stuff off.
And also, it's like you don't know everyone's intentions because obviously you assume that your close friends have got your best intentions. Like, girl, come on, you don't need to be around. Do better, be better. We love you. You need to love yourself more. There's that, but also you don't always know because it could be like if I got PMT, I'm like fuck that guy, and then actually the next time I'm like, you know what, you're not too virgin. You can't listen to my flip floppy whims.
Absolutely, and that's why I make it a point of not really. If my friends are doing this back and forth with a guy, I try not to get involved too tough. I might still say some stuff to you, but not to the point where I'm going to be cussing the guy because tomorrow you're going to be friends with him again. Tomorrow you're going to be friends with him again.
No, I'm talking about
and then I've cussed the guy.
Yeah.
And then I've cussed the guy. And then I can't be around you because he's like, I don't like that girl.
Well, do you know what? To be fair, chips fall, to be fair. Because I'm going to...
But then you're the reason.
Well,
what was the reason?
No, but I would be like, yeah, well, because you were a dickhead and my girl's standing up for me. So if you don't like her because she was calling out your bullshit...
See, I've had that. Oh, I've had that.
What?
I have had that where my friend... I forgot about this. It literally just came back to me. My friend was dating an absolute...
Dickhead.
Say it deep from within here. Dickhead, right? To the point where I basically cussed him. I had to. And then he ran away from me like a little bitch. Yeah? He ran away. He ran. And when I say he ran, I mean he actually took to the streets running. And I chased him down the road like a little bitch. And he still talks about it today because he doesn't like me.
Oh, good. I like that.
I like that. I don't mind it.
I'll cuss a bad
I told you
guy
about
out.
your clock.
Yeah, I will cuss a guy out.
Yeah.
You know who you are. I'll cuss you and I'll cuss you again if you do it again. Don't ever. You would never anyway.
Don't even chat to that person. No.
Exactly. Don't talk to you again.
You've got opportunity.
Blocked.
Blocka.
Fuck you. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
And if the man, and a true friend or a true man who has repented and redeemed themselves will stand in the face of the person that cussed them out on behalf of the person that you dogged out and say, I'm so sorry.
But I know guys that have done that. I know guys that have done some fuckery. Yeah.
Been called out.
Been called out.
Come back.
Been found. Wait, let's reverse it. I know some guys that have done some fuckery. Been found out. And then I'm drowning on a boat of sea. Like I feel like I'm drowning at sea.
And then done it again.
Who's got a lifeboat to save me? No. And then what they've done is they've wormed their way in, and then they've wormed their way back to the friends and had to literally sit in front of all of the friends and repent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But they're not really sorry. They're just doing that because they want to get back in the gals' good books. But they're not really sorry.
Well, there's
and
also
they haven't
that.
really changed.
But there's also that because if you haven't changed, we'll cuss you out again and you get ejected again. And then that's when you're like, okay, chick, you just want to be with him. We're over
I'm not
here.
involved anymore.
When you finish and you want to cry, we'll be over here.
Yeah.
Call me when you're ready.
Never gonna not be
We'll
here
pick you
for
up
you.
from the station when you're ready. And that's
Never
it.
going to not be here for
But
you.
yeah, so
dickhead.
Nikki and Kenneth, happy 5 years anniversary.
I think she just likes the Ken and Barbie element.
I mean, possibly. Petty. It's like, imagine your surname's Petty and she's so petty.
So petty.
All right, guys, that was just a quick one. That was your extra aunties. How did you find it?
It's aight. She's aight. She's real good.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Okay.